Was that, it's always been scratched off like that, or is that how you...
It's just after 8 p.m. on a Thursday night in Memphis, Tennessee. On a dark stretch of South Perkins Road, a traffic stop is already underway. The officer is calm. The driver is calmer. He hands over his ID. He steps out of the car. He even tells the officer about the gun he's carrying, and the officer checks that gun and places it right back in the car. What Officer Oscar Torres Molina cannot know is that, according to police, the gun he was told about was not the only gun in reach that night. Within seconds of one routine question, this officer will be fighting for his life. The man in front of him will vanish into the Memphis night. And for 70 days, a manhunt with drones, helicopter past $32,000 will come back with nothing. Because the answer was never out there. It was hiding above a ceiling in Cordova, in an apartment belonging to a woman investigators had already spoken to on the very first night. It's February 26, 2026 at 8:09 p.m. in Parkway Village on the southeast side of Memphis. Officer Torres Molina has stopped a white Nissan Maxima at South Perkins Road and Aloha Avenue. Not for speeding, but for the VIN, the 17-character fingerprint every vehicle in America carries. On his body cam, he photographs the car's identifiers, even opening the driver's door to capture the number. Because a scratched or missing VIN usually means one of two things. The car isn't what it claims to be, or it doesn't belong to the man driving it. The driver is 40-year-old Daniel Jarvis Maxwell, and from the first moment he is the picture of cooperation.
You got anything in this car I need to be worried about, bro?
No, not at all.
Not at all? So you don't mind if I search it then, right?
No, you do your fine.
Alright, step out. No, face that way real quick.
Huh?
Face that way real quick.
Think about what you just watched. Maxwell told the officer about a gun, voluntarily.
You said you ain't got nothing on you, right?
I got a gun. It's in my name, though.
You allowed to have one?
Yeah.
Asked whether he's a convicted felon, he says, not at all.
Ain't no convicted felon, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
You can put my wallet up on me? Yeah. I'm good.
I got you. Let's grab a seat real quick, bro.
The officer checks that gun and sets it back inside the car. A pat-down, a calm walk toward the squad car. Then one more question, whether that VIN has always been scratched off like that. A single gunshot.
That VIN on the door always been scratched off like that? Was that, it's always been scratched off like that, or is that how you...
Officer Torres Molina is hit in the face at close range by what police say was a second gun, concealed through the search, through the pat-down, through the entire conversation. At 8:11 p.m., the wounded officer is still conscious, calling for help. His partner doesn't wait for an ambulance. He renders aid, loads him into the squad car, and drives. By 8:30, Torres Molina is at Regional 1 Hospital in critical condition. And the man police say pulled the trigger is already gone. At 8:21, 11 minutes after the shooting, the white Maxima turns up wrecked and abandoned in the 4600 block of Wooddale. Whoever was driving walked away from the crash and into the dark. Memphis police, the Tennessee Highway Patrol, and the Safe Streets Task Force flood the area with drones, aviation, and K-9 teams through the night and find nothing. At 12:02 a.m., the TBI issues a statewide blue alert. Tennessee's most serious warning, reserved for suspects accused of killing or seriously wounding an officer. At 12:28, the warrant follows. Attempted first-degree murder. 4 hours after a routine traffic stop, Daniel Maxwell is the most wanted man in the state. By morning, his face is everywhere. On February 27th, Maxwell joins Tennessee's Most Wanted. The reward starts at $2,500 and climbs to $32,500. The TBI believes he may have fled the state entirely. Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, even Iowa, and investigators check his known addresses across the river in West Memphis. They release his photos, then something stranger. An AI-generated image of what Maxwell might look like, clean-shaven, in case the man they're hunting no longer matches the man on the poster. And here's where this case refuses to make sense. When investigators pull Dano Maxwell's record, there's almost nothing in it. No felony convictions, no history of violence, an open container arrest in 2012, driving without a license in 2017. That is the entire file. When he told the officer he wasn't a convicted felon, he was telling the truth. Nothing in his record explains what the footage shows. March passes. Nothing. April passes. Nothing. A man on the state's most wanted list, his face on every newscast in the Mid-South, federal marshals hunting him full-time, produces not one confirmed sighting for more than 2 months. Think about what that actually requires. No job, no car, no walking into a store. Every knock on a door could be the end. To vanish that completely inside a city of 600,000 people, a fugitive needs one of two things: a way out, or someone willing to hide him. And all the while, investigators keep circling one loose thread from the very first night. The Maxima wasn't registered to Maxwell. It belonged to a 38-year-old woman named Tokitha Owens, who told police the car was hers, and that Maxwell, her boyfriend, had borrowed it that day. May 7th, 2026 at about 3:26 in the morning. 70 days after the shooting, U.S. Marshals and the Shelby County Fugitive Team move on an apartment complex in Cordova, on the eastern edge of Memphis. The apartment belongs to Tokitha Owens. The Marshals go in, and then they look up. Above the ceiling, folded into the attic, they find him.
After 70 days on the run, we got our man. Federal, state, county, and municipal agencies join hands to apprehend Danielle Maxwell.
Crossed into Louisiana, or Georgia, or Iowa. According to investigators, the most wanted man in Tennessee spent his entire disappearance in a crawl space, directly over the head of the woman who told police she'd simply loaned him her car. He's taken into custody without a shot fired. And this time, 2 people leave in handcuffs. Tokitha Owens is arrested and charged as an accessory after the fact. Quick one, attempted first-degree murder and employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. He pleads not guilty, appearing without a lawyer, and assigned a public defender. Bond is set at $3 million. If convicted, the charges carry 15 to 60 years, but prosecutors want more. The Shelby County District Attorney has filed to seek life without parole, describing a man accused of shooting a police officer in the face at point-blank range. Maxwell is presumed innocent and his trial is still ahead. Look back at that stop, and it plays like 2 different videos. A calm driver who hands over his ID, volunteers a gun, tells the truth about his own record, and according to prosecutors, keeps a second weapon hidden through all of it, until one question about a scratched VIN. As for Officer Oscar Torres Molina, a 2022 Academy graduate, 4 days in the hospital, multiple surgeries. Then he walked out, and he's still recovering today with a community fund for his recovery passing $32,000, almost the exact number it took to bring in the man accused of shooting him. 70 days of running, and it ended one ceiling away from where it began.